Back in 2017, my friend Trent and I wanted to make a day trip to a railfanning hotspot where we'd see more trains than in Auburn. We decided that after finishing our final exams, we would visit Austell, Georgia before going home for Christmas break. The night before our trip, we got word that Norfolk Southern's Jersey Central Heritage Unit number 1071 would be running from Columbus, Georgia to Birmingham, Alabama up Norfolk Southern's P line. This former Central of Georgia main line has lost most of its rail traffic over the years, even facing temporary abandonment in the summer of 2017. Because of this, we jumped at the opportunity to see special power on this elusive route. We caught the train going past the old depot in Opelika and then chased it to a couple more spots, but didn't film due to poor lighting conditions. The C&J orange and blue paint scheme was fitting, being just a few miles away from the campus of Auburn University. The ET44AC behind the 1071 was wearing the banner of a bakery which had sponsored the Toys for Tots train that Norfolk Southern ran just a few days prior. On the morning of December 15th, we drove over to Austell, eager to see what lay in store for us. Our first catch of the day was a manifest headed towards Birmingham, led by a pair of GE-9s. Norfolk Southern's Atlanta North District out of Chattanooga joins the Easton Division coming from Birmingham, funneling numerous trains through Austell, making it the Folkestone of Norfolk Southern. After running across the street to grab some food at Burger King, we saw an Autorack train making its way toward Atlanta, also being led by 2-9s. While these locomotives are seemingly ubiquitous on Norfolk Southern, many of them are being converted to AC-44 C6Ms, and rumors of the remainder of the -9s being retired in the near future have been circulating. Our next train was my personal favorite catch of the day. Norfolk Southern frequently uses GP60s to shuttle equipment between the Austell and larger Atlanta intermodal facilities. We'll see this happening in Volume 3 of our East End Expedition series coming soon. It was great to see two of the last 4-axle freight locomotives ever built in action. With nearly 1,000 horsepower per axle, these locomotives were built to pull and were designed with fast intermodal service in mind. The next train we'd see was certainly not thirsting for power either. Leading the 8-unit consist was a freshly rebuilt Union Pacific AC6000, now classified as an AC4460CW. 3 SD60 variants and a narrow-nosed -940C rounded out the power. Though many of these older locomotives have been scrapped or sold off, the -9 was rebuilt as part of the railroad's AC conversion program. Had the crew put all of these locomotives online, they would have had over 32,000 horsepower at their disposal. Another splash of Armor Yellow and Harbor Mist Gray soon came rolling toward us, crossing over to head up the Atlanta North. Unfortunately, the AC 4400 CW trailing had just lost its Southern Pacific Scarlet and Gray a few months before we caught it. Another all-EMD consist soon appeared, leading a stack train towards Inman Yard. Trent and I were both quite surprised that crews aren't required to blow their horns for the pedestrian crossing here on Austell. Even with the nearby road crossing, there's still no protection in place to prevent people from walking across the tracks when a train is coming. Yet another southbound stack train followed shortly after with a friendly crew. Moving across the tracks, we saw a BNSF stack train with containers exclusively from JB Hunt and Swift. BNSF is the primary rail shipping partner for these two trucking giants. The weather on this day was very cold and windy, so we'd been sitting inside my truck and almost missed this stack train going to the Austell Intermodal yard. The SD40 started life on the Burlington Northern, while the SD60E originally wore the colors of Chicago and Northwestern. With daylight quickly slipping away, our last catch before heading back to the loveliest village on the plains would be a Kansas City Southern intermodal train rolling up the east end. In roughly 24 hours of rail fanning, we saw every American Class 1, several rare or unique locomotives, and had a great time checking out another southeast train-watching hotspot. This video is a special feature in our East End Expedition series, which covers the busy Birmingham to Atlanta mainline in depth. Be sure to check out that series for complete coverage of the line. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, be sure to hit the subscribe button below and give this video a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.